Okay, so I'm going to go over the test that I was going to explain to you in class today. So it's right here, essay, political cartoons, industrial revolution. So open that. Um, the first thing you guys need to know, I told you guys what to study um, in that announcement the other day, but I kind of tricked you in a little ways. I want you guys to be able to use your notes. This is an open note thing. Remember, my class is not about memorization of all that history stuff. It's more about whether you can write and analyze and critically think about what we're talking about. So it is open notes. Also, instead of it being done by the end of class today, you guys can turn this in tomorrow night. So if you are getting this today, you're the A-day class, then you can turn it in on Thursday night. Again, people who started it yesterday, which was Tuesday, you should turn it in by Wednesday night, and I will be checking to make sure that they are done at the right time, depending on which day you are in class. Okay? Um, so, again, open notes, and it is due the day after you receive it in class at night. Okay. So the test is 100 points. So it's a big grade. But if you look at the other points that we've done for the other assignments so far, it still is less than half of your grade. It's going to be about 40% of your grade once everything is in the grade book. Okay, so the access code to get into this is right here, Rockefeller. Okay, so write that down or whatever you need to do. That's what you're going to need to use to actually open up the quiz. And let's look at it. So in the quiz, there's just one question. It takes you to a file. You open that up, and it looks like this. Just gonna put it like this. Okay. So there's political cartoons. There's space for you to write about them. Um, yeah, 5 of them. We'll talk about that in a second. Here is the rubric. This is how I'm going to grade you. Okay, there's 3 sections: analysis of message, use of specific historical examples, and organization. So I'll start from the bottom. Here are the different, so if you want to get a D, a C, a B, an A, obviously we're all going for an A. So basically, organization, what I'm talking about here is just making sure your writing is organized, is clear, it's concise, it has a good flow to it. This is all kind of like a qualitative thing, so I can't really like give you super specific instructions here. This is mostly just having like a good topic sentence. Make sure you're explaining yourself well without rambling and rambling and rambling on. And then also make sure that you have some type of conclusion sentence that organizes and wraps up your writing. Okay, so that's just kind of what you got to do for organization. Second category here, use of specific historical examples. To get an A, you need to use and explain and connect 3 or more specific historical examples. So when we're like looking at this one, it says monopoly right here. So we talked about monopolies. You can give me an example, a specific example of monopoly, and explain how that monopoly is shown in this overall political cartoon. Okay, that would earn you 1 example. Okay, so you got to be able to explain it, and not just explain it, but connect it to the picture. Okay. Then there's analysis of message. This is the hardest one to get all of it, to get the A on. So you're explaining the message. So what is it saying? Basically, what is the metaphor? What is the overall message that the artist is trying to convey? And then you're also going to explain the intent and purpose. So this is kind of the why. The message, explaining the message is the what. This is the why. Why is the author sending this message at this time in American history? Okay, so why is this important to this time period? The final part that you need to analyze to get the A is what is the original audience, the intended original audience. So obviously this cartoon was not made for us. This person that F. Grates in 1883 did not make this because he wants high school students to understand the Industrial Revolution. He wants to send a message. Who is he sending that message to in 1883? Okay, who do you think that is, and why do you think it's important that they understand this message? Okay, so that's how you should need to do each and every one of these documents. Okay, so as you're analyzing them, make sure that you are zooming in and reading what is on the the shield and his feather here, and do that for each document. What the final product should look like here is some type of it can be basically a long paragraph. So if I were you guys and I was in this position, I would start by kind of introducing the topic that is being, like a topic sentence, talking about what is seen in the political cartoon in some like general way, summarizing it, and then going into that first part. I would do what is the message, why is the message important, and who the audience is. Okay, so I would do all that to start off my paragraph. Then I would bring up my 3 historical examples and explain them. And then I would wrap it all up with some type of conclusion sentence. So this can be one big paragraph. This isn't your like 4 to 5 sentence paragraphs from middle school. This is like one big paragraph where you're kind of including all of the information about this political cartoon in one big chunk of text. Okay, yeah. So that's kind of it. If there are any questions, make sure that you email me. I'll be checking email as much as possible over the next couple days here until this is all due. So if you don't understand what the political cartoon is saying, or you need help, or you just want me to check something for you, I can do that. Otherwise, you should be using your notes, your textbook. Definitely go back into our assignments that we've done. There's tons of good examples specifically about these subjects, so you can go back into those. Your resources are yours. The only thing I ask is, and I know I'm not there to enforce this, is that you please make sure that your work is your own, that your thoughts are your own. I understand that, I'm basically asking you guys to use the honor system on a big, important assignment. So I understand that, I know what reality is, let's just say. But please just try to make sure that these are your own thoughts, your own writing. It's easy to catch plagiarism these days. So yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to just go over. So, for this one, make sure that you can identify who this person is. It's a specific person. This one, there's a lot of little words. Make sure you're reading all the little words and understand that this is the U.S. Capitol. These are the politicians down here in their desks, and these big behemoths are doing something. So you got to make sure you understand the relationship between the big people and the little people. This one is one that people had a question on because it's not 100% clear what's going on here. What we're looking at is like a dock, maybe in like New York City, and then this is like a gangplank that connects the boat, the ship that this immigrant came on, to the dock. So try to get an understanding of what's going on here and really think about the 2 waves of immigration we talked about, old versus new immigration. And then finally, this one's pretty straightforward. So mommy's a suffragette. Baby's crying. Okay, I'm going to end it there. Hopefully I covered everything. Email me if you have any questions.